We did the Spartan! Hey guys, so we did our first Spartan sprint. Super excited. We're gonna share with you guys training advice, we're gonna share with you guys nutrition advice, and we're gonna share with you guys supplement advice. So from our last video, you guys saw the space that we're gonna have at Medieval Fit. I can't thank enough for the feedback we've been getting from a lot of you guys on Facebook and on YouTube. Instagram will come soon. But so many people already happy and ready to join the gym. They're asking, when can we join? We've already had trainers asking, when can they sign up to be a trainer there? All this information will be listed soon. If you go to medievalfit.com, it's just the main page welcoming everyone. If you subscribe and put your email down there, we'll send you guys updates of the gym. We'll get updates from these types of videos and a lot more information. Right now, they're building out the gym. We're looking at, hopefully, fingers crossed, by mid-July, having it open and having a grand opening in August. So we did the Spartan. You know, it's something I've been talking about doing for a long time. You know, I come from a weightlifting background, so this was an endurance type activity. I'm so excited I did. I've been talking about it for a while. You know, we're here in Colorado. We came to Fort Carson, which is about an hour and a half from Denver, and we rocked it. I mean, we did it in 2 hours, which I'm not disappointed about. I came 150th in my class.
I came 93rd, but let me address, he came at that point because he was waiting for me a lot.
I just wanted to do it as a couple, you know. I'm not gonna rush ahead. I wanted to finish with her, and you know, that's what matters. Is I'm really happy, actually. That's going to be one of my first advices. You know, if you do it with someone, if you do it with the group, it's so much more fun. You know, I think if you do it by yourself, it could be a little bit boring. Sure, you can finish, you know, probably at a better ranking, but I can't see doing this type of race without her. You know, it was fun waiting for her. It was fun talking to her. I know it says, you know, the sprint is only 4 miles. And you know, at first I was like, holy crap, I don't think I can jog 4 miles. I was trying to get ready for this, and we're gonna talk about how to get ready for this. But you know, I said I can't do 4 mile run. But actually, you stop a lot, you walk a lot. Then obviously there's sometimes a line for the obstacles. So you know, honestly, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be.
So for me, how it went is I came in thinking, I didn't really know what to expect, but it really wasn't that bad. And I feel like that's because I do work out a lot and I do weight training. The running did get me a little bit, and the uphill climbing, that did definitely get me. But the other things, it wasn't so bad. I just think it was the endurance that I could definitely work on with like a weighted vest.
So training for this guy, you know, again, I come from a weightlifting background. I don't come from an endurance background, but the weightlifting tremendously helped. Like, there's a lot of rowing. There's 2 rowing obstacles, and you know, if you're not used to rowing heavy weight, this could be a challenge. I saw a lot of people struggling with that, you know, the rowing movements.
And then you work on your grip too, because there's lots of monkey bars. So I didn't think I could do it, but I did it. I would definitely recommend getting at least a TRX. That way you can work on that upper body strength. Also ropes too, because I couldn't do the rope climbing, and I've been practicing for a while, but that was
I did
really
the rope
hard.
climbing. Yeah, I couldn't. When I practiced my rope climbing 4 months ago, within 5 minutes I sprained my ankle. I went up, I fell down.
But this one, he did it.
A guy before me did it. He was like 240 pounds of pure muscle. I'm like, you know what? If this guy can do it, I can do it. It was a little challenging going down, but going up, I was like, screw it. Actually, the only obstacle I couldn't do was the javelin throw, and you know, it's something I can't practice. It was I mean, I'm not throwing excuses, but it was windy. You know, the javelin obviously has no proportion. It's just a stick with a pointy thing. and I couldn't do that one. So that was the only obstacle that I had to do burpees for.
You practice just carrying weight, because you got to carry like heavy weights uphill.
Yeah, you got an Atlas stone obstacle, and you got a bucket filled of rocks that you have to go up and down.
That was my hardest one, that damn bucket.
Yeah, and for the bucket obstacles, again, guys, a lot of these obstacles, if you have technique, you're actually gonna excel pretty well. So like for the bucket, I carried the bucket like an Atlas stone in the front. Because we're going uphill, I'm like, why would I carry this on my shoulder? And potentially, go backwards. So I carried it to the front when I was going up, and then when I was going down the hill, people were like, holy crap, this guy's going down the hill like really fast. All I did was carry the bucket to one side, and it was actually helping me go downwards. Obviously, I had to just be careful with my knees.
Yeah, so I would recommend doing the stair stepper with weight.
Oh yeah, doing the Stairmaster, guys.
If you live in Colorado, someplace like Red Rocks is great, because they have those high walls, because you have to constantly climb over walls, so you have to have the upper body strength to push up.
I think the hardest part was going uphill.
Same.
But if you do the Stairmaster, or you're practicing uphill work, honestly, it's
hiking. If you try hiking once a week, that probably would have
helped.
me.
There's some dudes there. I'm like, holy crap, these guys are like ninjas, just like just sprinting up a.
And I'm over here dying like 1 foot, next foot, 1 foot.
Yeah, I was like, damn, these guys are fast going up, and there's a lot of really declined slopes. So like these guys are just like sprinting down the slope. I'm like, holy crap, how are they doing this? And actually, that was I honestly think that's the most challenging part, is going down those slopes without hurting yourself, without because that was a goal of mine. I wanted to finish the race, but I wanted also to finish the race without getting injured.
Definitely, me too.
Then there was the mud obstacle. I don't know if that was mud or cow shit with water, because it smelled like ass.
It smelled delicious.
It smelled like ass. Like there's gonna be water, but honestly, like, you don't really know what you're getting yourself into until you're like in that water. There's a dude having fun as hell, like he's spraying everyone.
Yeah, straight up.
With water, fire hose, fire hose.
And freaking mud in my mouth.
Yeah, and then you go through that mud, and you're like, oh cool, no, and then you gotta go through a ditch underneath the water, and then like honestly, that blurred my vision for a good minute and a half.
I couldn't see.
Like I was like slightly blurred out with my vision. Nothing you can do there. So grip is really important. So when we were talking about training, make sure you practice your grip. And people are like, how do you practice your grip? Farmer's walk are great. Body weight, like
even deadlifts.
Deadlifts and pull-ups and farmer's walks.
Or you can go to the monkey bar set at the
gym. Yeah, just make sure you practice, because a lot of people, their forearms were given out, and they're like, oh, I slipped, and I'm like, well, you slipped because your hand, obviously, didn't have enough grip.
Yeah.
So that's very important.
So for nutrition, what we did is, normally we have a very good nutrition regimen throughout the week, but the day before, I carb loaded on spaghetti, and I'm grateful that I did, because even during the race, I wish I would have had like little Gatorade packs or something, because I could tell I was getting like weak from not having enough carbs in my system. Well,
that's the thing though, we didn't know what to expect. So like we saw these people with backpacks, and we're like, where are they carrying their backpacks to? Obviously, the race isn't too expensive, but all the add-ons, like if you add $10 to get a locker, and $10 for this and $10 for that, it gets pretty pricey. So we didn't bring anything except
we just walked to the car.
We just walked back to the car and forwards, but you can bring a small backpack or a fanny pack with Gatorade or any gels. They inspect it before you go into, especially we're in Colorado, we're in a fort here with the military base, military police is everywhere. They had a dog smelling all our bags, so you can bring these things during the race. I think that's very useful for anyone who feels like they need the energy.
Yeah, because right after we came back, and then so they gave us a protein bar, which I ate right away, and then we had some Gatorade, and I felt like immediately better. So next time I'm definitely gonna probably put Gatorade in my pack. So
yeah, she had a pack. I didn't drink any. They have 3 water stations. You can drink the water throughout those stations. I wasn't even thirsty, but I drank it anyway, because you gotta stay hydrated. Honestly, I didn't feel thirsty at all during the race, but again, we never know when. Just because you're not thirsty doesn't mean you're dehydrated. We are at altitude in Colorado, but I think it's very important that you definitely hydrate the day before, a few days before. You definitely hydrate that morning. I had a bunch of branched chain amino acids with electrolytes this morning. What did you have?
I had aminos and I took the multi-mineral pack.
Yeah, that one had an addition of extra electrolytes. I think electrolytes are so important in a race like this because you're sweating.
The sodium.
You don't know what you're sweating out, you know. Yeah, you're in the water and you're like, oh, I'm refreshed, but honestly, you're still losing a lot of water, sweating. So electrolytes are extremely important. I think creatine is actually a product that would help a lot of people. It's probably something a lot of people don't talk about, but creatine is definitely important because it helps with that regeneration of ATP, and you know, an event like this, it definitely helps. So branched chain amino acids, creatine, you know, make sure you're getting some good amount of electrolytes. I was even telling her after the race, even before, make sure your joints are doing well. So you know, make sure you're getting your fish oil. Make sure you know your fish oil is going to help you with your joints. I think that's really important.
Yeah, make sure you get in that protein too. So if you have to, bring in a protein shake as a supplement.
Yeah, I brought some protein water. I know you brought some, you know, products of your own. I think immediately after is really important because you weren't feeling that great after you're done with the race.
Yeah, I knew I needed carbs. Now I feel fine because I had my drink, my Gatorade.
Yeah, so I think getting carbs, electrolytes, you know, a little bit of protein afterwards will definitely help you with the recovery. Otherwise, you know, I was walking out of the Spartan and all these people are like saying, oh my god, my legs are killing me. And I'm like, I mean, I understand that, so, but you know, you gotta start that recovery process. A lot of people start celebrating, you know, and they forget about eating. They're just so excited in the moment. I'm like, you gotta start eating and rehydrating immediately, otherwise you will feel this for the next few days. Clothes, guys, so important. Like we spent last night watching YouTube videos that someone else did on racing. The one thing I wish there was more of YouTube, and now you guys can listen to me, is people who are heavier. Like I saw a lot of guys who are like 150 to 170. I didn't see that many guys over 200 pounds with just a lot of muscle. Obviously the heavier you are, the more challenging it is, especially in those monkey bars. So clothes is really important because you don't want anything that's going to weigh you down. I saw some guys wearing like full camel pants and long sleeve shirts, and the long sleeve shirts are great, but the camel pants, once they get wet, they're going to be heavy. So I think shoes are extremely important in this.
Shoes are so important. I'm glad mine didn't slip at all because there's so much downhill and it's so slippery that the wrong shoes, you're just gonna go flying.
Yeah, I mean, I saw these guys wearing Nike Frees, and you know, to each their own, but those things have no support. They're like flat as paper, and I cannot imagine how their knees felt, or their knees the next few days. So I'm wearing the basics, the jelly ones that have like a full support of air in the bottom, and those are the only ones I run on. And you know, yeah, they're extremely dirty right now, but that's, you know, I just wash them. Shoes are important. Compression clothes I think are really useful, and
if you're wearing shorts, try to wear high socks, because when you're like, I only felt my knees like when we were going into the mud. I was like, oh, that kind of hurts.
Yeah, I felt my knees going over the
obstacles.
But
like the rope climb, you got to be careful because that'll mess up your shins, and then the terrain kind of is tall.
Yeah, and especially if you slip on the, I saw a lot of people slipping on the downward slopes. Like if you don't not fairly covered, that could really
that could hurt.
That could hurt, and it can get infected too because you're running in, you know, you're jumping in water and all that. I walked in there and I'm like, am I the only guy wearing leggings? Like there were so few guys wearing, you know, compression pants. And I'm so happy I wear the compression pants because there's a lot of things that I like. We're doing this in Colorado. There's a lot of cactus in Colorado, and there's a lot of high grass in these races, and I'm just glad that I had those high pants and the compression leggings. Up here, honestly, I didn't care. T-shirt, a lot of guys were saying on YouTube to wear long sleeve shirts. Honestly, it depends on your climate. You know, Colorado's dry. I think we got a wonderful, perfect day, you know, like in the 70s.
Yeah, and I wore my sunglasses. The website says not to. There's a reason, because they do get dirty, but then once the mud dries, I just wiped it off. But it helped because there was like stuff flying into my eyes.
Yeah, there's a little bit of a gust. And
for me, I liked having glasses.
Yeah, I mean, I don't want to. I already lost a pair of nice Oakleys doing something stupid.
Don't wear yours.
Yeah, so I didn't want to wear really expensive sunglasses. If I had probably cheap glasses, I would have probably done that.
And you can choose if you want to wear gloves. I mean, gloves would be nice for if you have to do burpees a lot, but for like the monkey bars and stuff, I don't think I could have done it with gloves on.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, guys, if you're already spending a good amount of time in the gym and you're deadlifting and doing pull-ups and doing bench presses, you know, you build those calluses. And honestly, like, this is the first time these calluses.
Yeah, mine don't hurt at all.
Yeah, this is the first time calluses actually came in handy.
Yep.
But grip overall was a wonderful experience. Something completely out of my league. You know, I'm used to going to bodybuilding shows, and I will say this, guys, you know, everyone here was super cool. Everyone's smiling.
Very nice, supportive.
Yeah, the supporters are talking to you.
And it's like a dance party once you're done.
Yeah, with beer and drinks. Yeah, I mean, I'm used to like a crowd. I mean, I'm not trying to trash anyone, guys, but I'm used to a crowd that's always looking at you like with an ugly face, and you know, they're judging you how you look and all this stuff. And you know, here everyone's so supportive and smiling and having fun. I mean, I loved it. I saw people, you know, hugging each other, or crisscrossing their arms and encouraging people to finish the line. I saw trainers with their clients, you know, the trainers like, go, you can do this. This is the hardest, you know. It was super cool seeing that motivational part where, you know, I don't see that too much in my previous background. So that was really, really cool seeing the encouragement from everyone that came, you know, people, random strangers helping you, random strangers, you know, fist pumping you in the air, like, you got this, great job. I think that was super, super supportive, and that's the atmosphere we want to create and will create for Medieval Fit. You know, we were also talking next year we'll do a group for Medieval Fit. We'll do a 4-week challenge where, you know, we get people ready for the
Yep,
for
you
the Spartan.
definitely have to prepare for this.
Yeah, so we're gonna make a, you know, 4-week challenge. People get ready for it, and you know, that way we can come here as a group of people, because it definitely is a lot more fun when you do it with other people.
Yeah, it's fun.
So don't forget, guys, make sure you sign up on medievalfit.com. Put your email, you'll get our weekly newsletter eventually on, you know, weekly advice, nutrition, training. You get discounts for the gym, but that way whoever's interested in learning more about when the gym is open, you'll know when the grand opening and get a lot of information from us.
Yep.
Till next time, guys, from Medieval Fitness, this is Alex.
Sierra.
See you next time, guys.
See you next time.